Okay guys, session 28 is the final chapter of the pre-shot routine and what we need to know about the pre-shot routine. It actually gets into the post-shot routine. And what I mean by post-shot routine is just what you do immediately after you hit the shot. And really what this video, this particular video is the feedback loop. So feedback, as we all know, is one of the most important things, if not the most important thing in the process of learning. We have to be able to measure our outcome or our result to know, did what we just tried to do help, or did it hurt us, or did it make any change at all? And I think we take feedback for granted a lot when we're playing golf. And by that I mean, when we hit a shot, let's say just talking about a putt. Let's say that I go up there and I say, okay, my intention is to make this putt, and I putt it and I miss. If my only intention was to make the putt and I miss, there's only a few ways I can miss. I can miss left, right, short, or long. So those are good pieces of feedback. But most of the time, what we do when we miss a putt is we say, I missed, so I did something wrong. But we don't actually really we don't chart it, we don't measure it, we don't say, I missed left. If we were to do that, if we were to say, I missed left, that would be really, really helpful, because it would just close the loop of, I have an intention, I tried, I missed in this way, and now the brain has some material to filter into our feedback mechanism so that the next time you're in a similar situation, the brain goes, well, the last time we thought this and we tried that and it didn't work and we missed left, so let's aim a little bit more right. This is all subconscious, by the way, but it's very much just the normal process of learning, trial, error, and then trying to get in the next time with the experience, with the last or the previous experience. So, but that is still a very limited way to get feedback, by saying, I just want to make this putt and I missed it left, right, short, or long. The better way, if we're talking about putting specifically, is for you to take a really, really intentional approach and say, all right, I want to see the ball rolling on that path, curving, arcing, falling in the cup. When we get really, really in tune with our intention, and then we get really, really in tune with the stroke and the feeling that's going to produce that intention, then after we strike the putt, we can say, how is that different? Well, there's a million differences now. It's not just short left, short right, short long left, right. It's now, well, as soon as I hit it, I didn't feel right. As soon as I hit it, I didn't feel right. My body didn't produce the feeling, the sensation that I knew was the right sensation. So then at that point, everything else is off the list. The body didn't perform the action, so you don't even really get to look at the result because the body didn't even perform the action. But if we hadn't been intent on the action the body was going to perform, then we have no way to know if it actually performed anything that we intended. So I think you can see where I'm going with this. The more intent we are and the more focused we are on the action and what we're intending to do, the more feedback we have. And the more feedback we have, the faster we're going to learn. So I'll walk you through mine. First part would be, as soon as I hit it. If I hit it the way I intended to hit it, if you've played golf with me in the last few years, you've seen this, and maybe you don't like it, or maybe it's annoying, but if I hit a putt the exact way, that if it feels just like I meant it, like I wanted it to feel, like I thought it should feel to go in, putter's up in the air, I'm like ready to see that thing go in. Because I've just performed the action that I fully 100% believe is going to produce a made putt. So as soon as I hit it, I can say that's in, because I believe it's going to go in. And if I miss it, I can say, oh wow, I misjudged it. So I performed the action that I intended. However, the action that I intended was actually wrong. And so that would be a misread, or it could be that the ball hit something on its way to the hole or something like that. So now I can start saying, wow, okay, well I did everything I wanted to do. However, the ball didn't do what I thought it was going to do. I misread that putt. And now if I can say, well, I misread that putt, in what way did I misread it? It's really obvious. The ball went left. The ball stayed out to the right too far. The ball had too much speed going through the break, or the ball didn't have enough speed. At that point now, I've got a really, really solid feedback loop. So, how does this relate to the rest of your game? Obviously, that's the putting right there, but what we're gonna do in our drill today is we're just gonna add this third and final question to our shot routine. It's pretty simple. First question, what would a good shot look like here? That creates a picture in your mind. Second question, how would that feel? Or how does that feel? Okay, I see the picture. Now I'm just kind of tuning into the feeling. For me, it's just, I feel what the kind of, a little tiny fraction of what the impact or what the club would be doing through impact, what that would feel like. And then I connect that sensation to the shot, the picture. The third and final question is, how was that different? And that's it. Just how was that different? So once I've hit this shot now, so I go, what would a good shot look like? Beautiful picture. How would that feel? Got the sensation locked in. I can feel the shot now in my body. I can feel the impact and the strike of the shot in my body. Now I'm putting that position, I'm putting my body into position to match that picture and where that ball is. I strike it, and as soon as I hit it, it either felt like I intended it to feel or it didn't. And if it didn't feel like I intended it to feel, kind of everything else is, again, like the putt. It's like, well, okay, I didn't do what I intended, so I need to practice performing my intention better. But if it does feel like I meant it to feel, this is now a bunch of new feedback that's really, really good. If I just made that swing that felt so good and the ball didn't do what I expected, now I have to ask the question, how was that different? And how was that different also encompasses the, did it feel like I wanted it to feel? Did I perform the action as I intended? But how is that different in ball flight now? Did it come out on the same trajectory, or was it lower or higher? Was it left or right? And I asked that question of myself for the past 5 years, every single time I hit a shot. And the reason I do it, the reason I consistently do it and I keep doing it is because every time I hit a shot, there's an opportunity for me to gain more knowledge, more feedback, more information that goes into my instinct and experience and intuitive sort of golf body of knowledge, so that when I ask another question on the very next shot, what would a good shot look like? How would that feel? I believe that because I took into account what happened on the very previous shot and all the other shots I've hit, that now my brain has a better way of answering that question. How would that feel? Well, we know a little bit more what it might need to feel like, because the last one felt like this and didn't quite perform the way we intended. So this is as critical as anything else we've worked on in this program, and it is the 28th session, and I know that, and I have a million other things that I want to talk to you guys about. But when it comes to the golf swing and performing the action of the golf swing, first in practice, in rehearsals, then with a golf ball, then in real time on the golf course, and then to progress past why didn't that shot perform the way I wanted, to getting every single shot, having that every single shot build into your golf system, your systematic computer of your amazing brain that can record all these shots and learn from all these shots. That is really what's going to catapult you guys from your current ability, which is far beyond what you've been performing. I can guarantee you are all more capable. You can all shoot better scores than you're currently shooting. But to take you from your current ability, which is what you're actually going to start shooting, to moving on and continuing to get better after this 30-day program. The critical part, the most critical part at this stage in the game is finishing or completing the feedback loop. All right, I hope you understand. I hope I made it clear enough how important this piece is to me, because it is like every other piece in this puzzle. Without this one, we are leaving something on the table. All that other stuff was as important as it was when we learned it. And the shot routine, the pre-shot routine was as important as it was as we learned it. And now this little post-shot routine of asking the question, how was that different? In what way was that different from what I intended? Is the most critical part right now. So for your drill today, obviously again, do your normal drill where you go through the whole set and do your extend and explode swings with pitch 8-6 hybrid driver. But then do a virtual round. And for those of you who are hitting shots outside, you can actually see the ball fly. Virtual round meaning, again, tee shot on the first hole, approach shot on the first hole with a full pre-shot routine, and now this little post-shot routine. And those of you who are out on a course or on a range somewhere hitting these shots, you can actually see the ball flight. And you can say, it was different in this way. And those of you who aren't hitting balls outside or on a golf course or on a simulator, you can focus primarily on the sensation. Did it feel as I intended it to feel? And if it didn't, in what way was it different? That is the critical part of this session 28. Guys, this has been such a pleasure. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. I love the fact that I get to do my job every day. And yeah, I just want to say another time, thank you so much for being this audience and giving me the opportunity to share what I know and what I know can help you guys play better golf. For today's session, really tune into that post-shot routine and that post-shot question. How was that different? All right, thanks for watching. Happy virtual golfing.